Hello and welcome to the Downtown Kentucky Podcast. I'm Austin/Parfait.
And I'm Chris/Ox.
That's right, we're back at it again like a crack addict with a pen.
Yeah, alright, 21 Pilots.
I like 21 Pilots, okay?
Yeah, I did two back when I was, a freshman in college.
Hey, the first...
And a sophomore,
Well, they're still great if you listen to their old stuff.
So what you're saying is they're not great anymore. They were great.
Sure, but I think it's silly to say, like, when I was younger I liked them. When you were younger, they were making good music. But exactly. That music is still great. And it's still great to go back to listen to. Hey, they have like that one good song on their most recent album.
Yeah. Come on.
I actually think there's technically two, because I think you and me have differing opinions on what the one good song is. So, sure. There's two good songs. Ooh. It all went downhill when they were in Suicide Squad, bro. That was the death toll. We didn't know yet, but it was the end. It was the end of what we knew. At that point, they were officially too mainstream to be good, apparently.
Yeah, I guess so.
We're
make it into the trailer edited Suicide Squad.
Yeah. This is the new hipster trash podcast we're starting, where we just talk about how things were better before people knew about them. What's up, Chewy?
What's up, Chewy? No, that's just how we are in general.
Yeah, we are hipster pieces of crap. I hate us.
Okay.
Thank you, Chewy. I threw that together like the day before, but I was really proud of it. Chewy was complimenting on my Halloween outfit from last night, which was, Harley Quinn.
Yeah, no, I read that.
This is for the audio listeners or the video, like people who only our friend.
Why aren't you watching us on?
Our friend David, who I'll just say that not to dox him, only watches the podcast occasionally, which means he probably did not see the Halloween costume. So
that's true.
This is for people like that, Chris. We can't only cater to Chewy. As much as Chewy's awesome, and Chewy's the only one who's going to show up, we can't only cater to him.
I think we should only cater to the people who show up to the stream.
Well, then I guess this is now the Hawkeye podcast.
No, I take it back. Never gonna let him live that down.
No, I'm not.
Oh, I'm sorry, Chewie.
Spoiler alert, that might come back up later in the podcast.
Uh-oh.
Oh, teaser.
All right.
I think it's time to jump.
I think we should just hop right on into
our title story, yeah. Because as you may have seen in the title, I did refer to Chris Pratt as a voice acting legend. You may think, this has to do with him being in the Super Mario Brothers movie, which, looks terrible due to him being in it. And everyone else looks great, but he looks so bad, I'm worried.
It looks like a fantastic movie with absolutely amazing voice acting cast choices.
Not one of them is a voice actor, but
and it looks like it's gonna be fantastic. I don't know anything aside from the voice actor cast.
Yeah. But yeah, so Chris Pratt, he's in that, and you're like, oh, okay, that sucks. But don't worry, there's more. Movie right. I didn't even know was being made, but they're making a new Garfield animated movie.
That's right. People kept asking for it.
People kept being like, we want more Garfield. More Garfield.
I still hate Monday.
I love lasagna. So they got the best Italian actor ever to play a lasagna-loving cat. They got Chris Pratt, who is not Italian or a cat, or you might like lasagna. That's fair.
I mean, Garfield is an Italian actor.
I know.
He just likes lasagna.
He does. He does lasagna.
He eat the lasagna.
But yeah, that's a thing, and I'm mad. And that's why that's the title story here. Because I'm just angry. Because Chris Pratt does not... I have nothing wrong with Chris Pratt as an actor. I know some people don't like him personally. He said some things, done some things. Whatever. But... he's not the right person for any of the roles he's being announced for.
I feel like, honestly, he could be Garfield.
No, because Garfield, he's too upbeat to play a good Garfield.
Nah.
But real quick, before we discuss this, I want to just acknowledge chat, because we are a Twitch stream. Monkey
Are we?
Thunder, you have to wait till much later in the podcast. That is a segment we have called Trailer Talk, which is at the end, and we, yes, are talking about Lightyear.
That's right. Unfortunately, we are talking about Lightyear.
Oh, I think it
That's
looks.
my opinion.
I think it looks good, but we'll find
See,
out
this
more
is
details.
why,
We'll find out more details later
at
on.
this podcast is because we have such differing opinions on almost everything that we watch.
That's
Almost.
not everything. We both hate the movies we watch for Movie Club.
I mean, yeah. Well, that's just because I don't think anyone could watch any of those movies and walk away going, yeah, that was a good movie. And if you did, see someone who can help you professionally. Because, boy howdy.
Chewie with the hot
unless
take
you're a
here.
child.
Chewie does not like Garfield, apparently.
Lasagna is the only good part of that wretched cat show.
What the heck is wrong with Chewie? He loves Hawkeye, hates Garfield? I don't know if I respect Chewie anymore.
I mean, Garfield has
Garfield
definitely
is Garfield. I'm not
played out.
There's no reason for Garfield to exist at this point.
Yeah.
If you want to watch Garfield, go watch like the Garfield Christmas movie from like the 80s or 90s, and that's it. And don't watch anything else.
Go watch A Tale of Two Kitties, and that's all you need.
No, don't.
Honestly, I do. I think of Garfield, and I think Bill Murray.
And I think if you look at what the Garfield character is, Bill Murray is a better casting than Chris Pratt.
Right. But this is a new generation of Garfield.
But still, like, I understand that, like, she's a woman, so she would never work for this. But Aubrey Plaza gives off Garfield energy. Which is why she played Grumpy Cat, because it's very much the same character. Chris Pratt is just too annoyingly jovial to be able to pull off. He'd be a great. What's the stupid dog's name? He'd be great as the dog. Dodie. He would be great.
Not even a real Garfield fan.
I'm not. I like Nermal. Nermal for the win.
See, this is why you're not allowed to have opinions on Garfield.
I stand by my opinion that he would be he'd be great as the dog.
Oh yeah, he'd be a great Odie. I think he'll make a fine Garfield.
I don't think he's the right. I don't think he has the right energy.
I think he does have experience voice acting, and he can do more than just.
When is he voice acting?
Everything is awesome.
Besides that, which is just
Lego
him
Star
again.
Wars, the Lego movie,
which is just him again, and all of his movies are kind of just happy guy. And maybe he's being typecast. There's a chance. Sometimes people prove you wrong, but I feel like Garfield's not gonna be as cynical as he needs to be. That's my opinion. I'm scared by this casting.
And you're allowed to have that opinion. And I think, I think you're wrong. I think he'll bring out a different aspect of his voice where he's just gonna be monotone and boring. Well, I don't think that's a hard thing to do, honestly.
When this movie comes out, we will watch it and we will.
We'll see if his voice acting chops.
We'll share our opinions on this movie when it comes out. You and me will see it in theaters together.
Now, I do think he'll be a terrible Mario.
Yeah, he's gonna be terrible at everything he does. Stop casting him.
But I do think he'll make a fine Garfield.
I don't.
I think it'll be really funny to watch Chris Pratt as Mario, and really, like watching every other Garfield movie, no matter what.
Speaking of potentially Chris Pratt, I believe technically, because I believe Emmett from the Lego Movie is a Warner Brothers character. There's a Warner Brothers Smash Bros. Clone coming out.
Oh, that was the transition you were making.
Yeah. You might be able to play as Chris Pratt.
Oh, yeah. One can only hope.
It sounds absurd, and if they really go all out, it could be really fun. But I also feel like you could very easily have a Smash Bros. Or you could have a PlayStation All-Stars. And no one wants to have a PlayStation All-Stars.
Whoa. I'm trying to find out or if this has a release date.
Oh, it doesn't. They haven't even officially announced it.
Because I think if they do make this game and they try to rush it to capitalize off of like the Nickelodeon All-Stars, whatever, it's just going to be bad.
Oh yeah.
The All-Stars, it had like a good fighting system behind it because
it
had somebody who made a fighting game similar to like Smash Ultimate.
Counterpoint. Warner Brothers owns NetherRealm, and they're reportedly supposed to be working on this. So this is going to be Mortal Kombat.
Okay. More of a Mortal Kombat style.
This is going to be Mortal Kombat / Injustice, which I prefer Smash Bros. Fighting game, but they do have a fighting game engine they will be working on. So even if they rush it, I think they could make it work because they do already have the engine. They already have people who know how to work on that engine.
That's true.
I think I'm trying.
That being said, I don't think the Mortal Kombat community, which is what this is going to be based off of, basically,
yeah,
is as passionate about literally anything else aside from Mortal Kombat. And I also don't think that the Mortal Kombat community is nearly as large or as vocal as the Smash community.
That's fair. But also, I feel like
I don't know.
To be fair,
I don't think it'll stand on anything, even if it does get made.
Don't get me wrong, I don't think this is going to be great by any means, but I think the only people who would have a chance of enjoying it are probably people who like Mortal Kombat games already. But if they market it properly, which they probably will, they're going to be marketing this off of nostalgia and weirdness. They're going to be like, hey, look, you can see Batman versus Rick from Rick and Morty. And I think both of them are supposed to be in the game, reportedly already. Like that's like the leak. There was a leak that I did not go looking for, but there was like a character listing leak, and there were some just obscure characters in there. Hey, Ishwar. We have changed. Gosh. That is true. It's been so... Or maybe...
Oh, yeah. My hair is gone.
Yeah, Chris cut his hair. My hair might have got a little longer since the last time you were here. I don't remember. Welcome back, Ishwar. We have.
I really think this is going to flop pretty hard.
Oh, I think so, too. But also, I would have said the same thing when I heard about the Nickelodeon's All-Stars game. Like, when I heard that was coming out, that looks terrible. But then,
as someone who watches, Smash content a lot, I was like, oh, yeah, people are absolutely going to play this because, like, the gameplay at the very least looks tight, and then it also has the nostalgia behind it. I don't know. It just doesn't look promising.
I don't know. I'm going in.
This is going to be Space Jam 2, the video game.
100%. That's all they do these days. Is they want to just look at all this IP we have.
Look at it. Look at it.
I think for a fighting game, they could really capitalize on that if they just keep releasing DLC like nonstop. Like give us
Mortal Kombat does.
Yeah, give us. Game of Thrones versus Rick and Morty. Like, yeah, that's stupid. It makes no sense. But do it. You can. You own all those properties.
Rick and Morty.
Give me Scorpion versus Jake from Adventure Time. Like, these are all things that are technically possible.
Is Adventure Time a Warner Brothers?
Yeah, because it's Cartoon Network.
Oh.
Yeah, there is so much stuff they could do in this, and like that's why I agree. It's probably gonna be basically, I believe, been confirmed that it's going to be on the Mortal Kombat. Well, not been confirmed because the game's not confirmed. But
right.
It is so heavily rumored this is going to be it's being made by NetherRealm. So it's going to be Mortal Kombat / Injustice / that game. Which means I don't love that style of game. It's a little too complicated for my dumb smooth brain here. Smash is hit these 2 buttons, not hit these 6 buttons in a way that makes this cool move happen.
That's fair.
But I think if they just go with look at all these crazy characters, I might try it. If they put enough crazy things in it, which they have the capability to, they own so much crap because they're one of the great overlords of entertainment. So
they're like the low key Disney.
Real quick, I just noticed this from earlier. Chewy said Rick and Morty is amazing. Changed my mind. I think Rick and Morty is great. I think the audience can be cringe beyond belief at times.
Yeah.
But overall, the show is really good. It's really well made. It's not the greatest show ever. It's not the greatest, because the greatest show ever could be an opinion. It's not the smartest show ever that's so hard for normal people to like they try to market. Not even market. Like the fan base tries to make it.
Yeah.
It's a fun show. It's a fun, raunchy adult comedy. I enjoy that kind of stuff. It's really good at that. But yeah, that's
also, speaking of acknowledging chat, thank you, Ishwar, for coming back.
Yeah.
R.I.P. School sucks.
Yeah, school sucks.
That's why I dropped out of college.
That's why I dropped out of high school. We are not condoning dropping out of school. Stay in school.
Don't follow our
no
example.
We're failing at being YouTubers now. Don't follow our plan.
Well, we're failing at being Twitch streamers before we fail at being
We're failing at doing both.
Although we are definitely more successful streamers.
I hate to go off of our topic list, but I have to acknowledge Chad again. Ishwar, I love you. I'm glad you're back, but Family Guy sucks.
Yeah.
Ishwar said Family Guy is an all-time greatest, and okay. Now I need to also acknowledge Chewy. Chewy then replied, "Even The Simpsons is better," implying that The Simpsons isn't a show that if you go to a certain period of time in their line, pure art. Like The Simpsons was the best at one point years ago. They haven't been good in a long time, but the way you said it, even The Simpsons is better, implies that The Simpsons isn't already great.
I have no opinion on The Simpsons since I've only watched a single episode ever.
That's fair. Ishwar says adult jokes, man. I mean, a lot of shows have adult jokes in them. It doesn't make Family Guy great. Okay, no, Chewy says was the best, and that's fair. Simpsons was the best. Simpsons hasn't been good since what I think the popular consensus is like season 18 or something like that at the latest, and they're in like season 35. So
yeah, sometimes you just gotta let a good thing die, you know.
And I will say, because just a little side tangent, I used to really enjoy Family Guy until I really started being a little more critical with what I watch. Like, and here's the thing: if you enjoy it, who gives a crap what me and Chris think? Like, like we're idiots on the internet. But
watch what you want to watch.
Yeah, 100%. But if you just want like jokes that are somewhat raunchy, there are better shows than Family Guy. Like shows that like actually try in their writing. You know, if you want to watch Family Guy,
if you really want to be a man of culture, watch anime instead.
Or watch BoJack Horseman. If you want an adult animated comedy, BoJack Horseman, in my opinion, is the greatest show ever made. I'll accept just being great, but if you have an opinion that's not, it's great, get out.
Yeah, you're just wrong.
Yeah, it's a great show. Because it starts off being just a silly, raunchy comedy, and still is throughout, but also has heart and nuance. And if you want to know more of our opinions on that, head on over to our YouTube and watch Kentucky Route 5 top 5 shows for adults.
Oh yeah.
Because I give a good solid 10 minutes on why that show is great.
I forgot why. Forgot that still exists on our YouTube.
Yeah, no,
that's old YouTube content for us at this point.
People who watch anime as a man of clue.
I think he meant to put man of culture.
I feel like that's what he might have meant, but he said clue. And now I want to delve into the. No, we're gonna move on. This has been a great little chat moment, but this is also an audio podcast, so let's move on to our next story, which is a returning segment that we have not had in a while. It's actually a combination segment of 2 segments we have done way more than I wish we did, but they did pop up a lot, and that is TikTok/China news. Yep, we're back to that. We're back to talking about
what's going on in TikTok land.
Well, specifically in the Chinese version of TikTok, which I don't remember the name of it, but it's the same thing. It's owned by the same company, but it's the Chinese version of the app.
Chinese TikTok.
Yes, yeah. Chinese TikTok. It's not what it's called, but that's what it is. They have realized that people are addicted to their addictive app they've created that is literally designed to be addictive. And they realized, hey, this isn't great. We want Americans to get addicted to our stuff, but we don't want our Chinese people getting addicted. We're worried about them. So, they have started forcing people to take breaks in the app. It'll just give you a little ad break, basically, but like not an ad, like just like it's a break. It's only like 5 seconds long, so it literally, I don't see how it's going to do anything.
Oh, they'll increase the breaks. Don't worry.
Maybe.
And they're like, oh, the 5-second breaks aren't doing anything. Bump it up.
Yeah.
When the Chinese government realized, productivity in China's going down.
That's true. They're
not going to be very happy.
It is very similar to, I believe, the Switch used to do this, or might still do it, where they would tell you, like, after, like, an hour or so to, like, hey, maybe go outside.
Taking a break.
Yeah, go out, and it's like an open window being like, go outside. It's like, But then you can just ignore it and go, nope, I want to play. I want to play my game. But on TikTok China, it's Nope. You have to wait 5 seconds, which is nothing. But you're right.
No.
They're probably going to slowly make it more because TikTok is horrible. And like this isn't me like saying that as like, oh, I don't like the content on TikTok. This is me saying just like all social media is terrible for humans. Like there is scientific proof on why, and I'm not educated enough to explain you all the reason. Explain you. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Stay in school, kids. I'm not knowledgeable enough to explain why, but there are so many studies. If you want to do a little research, find out why you should stay off social media. I don't, but why I should, I know parts of it. You know.
Oh yeah. If you ever want to watch a documentary about all the terrible social repercussions and just general repercussions of like social media, there is a really good documentary on Netflix, and I watched it a while ago. I can't remember exactly what it's called. I'll look that up.
Okay. Also, apparently,
The Social Dilemma.
I actually have heard about that.
A really good documentary, and I'm not really into documentaries that much.
I love
that is
documentaries.
Fantastic. Austin, you should watch that.
Oh, I don't know. It's gonna make me think. I don't like thinking in my documentaries. I like learning about entertainment and things like that.
Oh, this learns.
This learns you real good.
Oh, it's gonna learn you real good.
All right, man.
You're gonna uninstall all your social media apps after you watch this.
No, I can't. I literally can't do that. I mean, I do a horrible job and haven't done it in a while. But social media is actually really important to the platforms we are trying to be on. So I need to have an internet presence.
I guess technically we are on a social media
kind of
platform.
I don't think it's defined. I think YouTube at times tried to become one, but never really got there. When they tried to do the whole Google Plus integration that failed miserably because no one liked Google Plus.
That's fair.
Yeah, but don't worry. I'm sure Amazon will buy some social media soon. They're gonna buy Twitter soon, and it's gonna be integrated with Twitch. And speaking of social media, I didn't write this down, but did you hear about the really crappy rebrand of Facebook?
No. Well, I heard that Facebook was dying because Mark Zuckerberg is a lizard person who makes terrible decisions as a human being.
I mean, I haven't heard anything like about it dying. I mean, it's still doing great.
Right.
But
because it's being rebranded.
Yeah. Well, no, but their rebranding is Meta is now the new name of the general company. Like
Meta.
Yeah. No, it's terrible.
Wonderful.
It's the same thing that like Google did with Alphabet. Alphabet is the now overarching company, and Google is just a part of it. It's the same thing because Facebook was the name of the website and the company, so they wanted to change that because
now it's Facebook and Meta.
Yeah. Which now Meta would own WhatsApp and Instagram and all the other crap they own. Oculus.
Woo.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Yeah. All right. That's dystopian news. Let's move on to still dystopian news, but in a funny, what the hell way.
Okay.
In February of 2022, mark your calendars for that whole month, I guess, because there's no official date yet.
That's right, baby.
Mike Tyson, one of the greatest boxers in the history of boxing.
Go on.
Horrible human being as well, but is facing another horrible human being, amateur boxer Logan Paul.
All right. This is the boxing match we have all been dreaming of.
I mean, I can't.
Instead of watching Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather dance around in the boxing ring, we can watch most likely Mike Tyson knock Logan Paul out.
No. But to be fair, it's because, I mean, I'm not going to, I don't care about boxing, but Floyd Mayweather is an amazing boxer. But the problem is
he's a great technical boxer.
He's a technical boxer, which makes really boring fights.
Yeah.
That's why him and Pacquiao sucked. He's not an entertaining boxer. He's a great boxer, and that's why he's undefeated. But yeah, now we get to see Logan Paul get destroyed. Probably, but maybe not though, because Mike Tyson, as great as he is also 60, and Logan Paul's 20 something.
True.
There is an element of Logan Paul might be able to if Logan Paul learned anything from Mayweather,
hold his ground.
Yeah. Well, if he learned anything from Mayweather, just dance around the man. He's probably gonna just die of a heart attack.
That would be. both really funny and also terrible.
Oh, awful. Well, I mean, maybe. I mean, Mike Tyson is a horrible human being. Like,
Yeah. Does he have it coming a little bit? Yeah, probably.
yeah, probably. But Mike Tyson, one of considered like the greatest boxers ever, is going to fight Logan Paul, failed YouTuber. I know he's also really successful, but he was also a horrible person and did horrible things on the platform.
Yeah. The whole forest
China.
incident.
Oh, not China, Japan. My bad.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, the whole Japan stuff.
There's just a lot of mistakes.
His whole apology for Japan. Yeah. But yeah, Logan Paul. It's just like, I don't understand how, like, unless this is a worked fight, like it's fake, which there's rumors that like happened.
Entirely possible.
Which has been like, there's been a lot of like questions on like Logan and Jake Paul's fights that like, are these 100% legit? If Mike Tyson's willing to take a ton of money, this might go a couple rounds. But realistically, Mike Tyson is an explosive knockout kind of fighter. He should murder Logan Paul. And I honestly, I won't buy this because, no, I'm not paying for... We'll probably end up being a Triller fight, and Triller is a crappy company. But I can't wait to watch the clips of this on Twitter.
And I can't wait to watch all my favorite YouTubers attend this fight in person and react disappointedly. Going, I wanted him to get it punched up, and then when he did,
and then the fight just went 40 minutes, and I was really sad.
I went home, and I was like, wow, I could have played Flappy Birds on my phone from 2012.
What?
Instead, we watched Logan Paul.
Yeah. Well, moving on to probably my favorite news story of the week.
Hey!
Yeah.
There is
an actor whom some of you may know if you're a fan of The Office, which means if you are, you're probably insufferable.
Wow. Just gonna,
No,
alienate probably half of, not even our viewers, but just like
the world.
People in the U.S., if not the entire world.
People love The Office. I don't get it.
People do love The
Office.
Office.
It's a good show, but it's not. Well, that's not the point. That's not the point of this. The point is, some people, if you watch it, there's the character Ryan, who is played by B.J. Novak. And while there's some new B.J. Novak news in the world right now,
all of you have been waiting for.
Yeah, which is what we've all been waiting for. I believe this was broken by him on his Instagram. So B.J. Novak, when he was at some point, a friend of his accidentally, is what he said, posted a picture of him on a public domain website. And well, these pictures of what happened after that. We have here a couple different razors, a perfume, some face paint, a poncho, and there's more. There are more. This is just a collage someone else made that I found of just some of them. And it's all the same picture, as you can tell. It's just the same picture being repurposed. But he's on all this stuff without any permission just because it was accidentally placed on this public domain site. And it's great.
It really is.
It's genuinely great.
My favorite has to be the poncho.
The poncho is great. I think the poncho...
The photoshopping of his face into the poncho.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I also love the face paint. The face paint's a nice touch because they added
smearing the face paint all over his face.
Yeah. And then also, I believe the Encounter one, which is the perfume or the cologne, is a Calvin Klein product in Sweden, which definitely makes that greater because you would think a big enough company like that might have noticed. Wait.
Yeah.
Is that famous actor B.J. Novak? Like, I mean, not that famous, but still famous enough that you would think someone.
Ryan from The Office.
Yeah. Oh my gosh! Do you know how much I love The Office? And that they annoyed everyone around them for a week.
Yeah. Because that is how The Office works.
That's how fans of The Office work. They just have to tell you about their favorite moments from The Office.
This reminds me of that moment from The Office.
But no. See, the thing is, they don't say it like that. They always phrase it in like you remember on The Office when this happened. I'm like, no, I don't.
Oh, you remember that episode where...
Because, like, don't get me wrong, I get it that I probably have a similar quality with shows I really like, but I like to think that there's a slight nuance of the way I do it is like, hey, there's this show where they do this on that show. The Office fans expect you to get it.
It's not just an assumed thing.
Yeah, they assume that you know.
Welcome to the we crap on the Office
Fandom
fans.
and Rick and Morty fandom, and pretty much if you're a fan of anything, we as hipsters hate you.
Probably a fan of things. I can't believe you guys.
We also did the same thing technically with the 21 Pilots at the beginning. We just crap on anyone who has any fandom. We're the worst. We're insufferable.
Baby.
Oh, you like Chris Pratt as a voice actor? Screw you.
Well, no, that's just you. I'm here to support Chris Pratt as voice acting.
Oh, you like?
I'm ready for the millennia of Chris Pratt as every voice in every animated movie.
You like Mortal Kombat as a fighting game? Get out of here. We're just the worst.
Yeah. Except if you're BJ Novak. I'm a
we
fan
love
of
BJ.
you.
We love BJ Novak. I wish he was in a good show.
Yeah. If only, really.
That's not fair. He was in a good show. He just wasn't in the greatest show ever.
That's true.
Well, yeah. I wish he was in BoJack. He might have even been in BoJack Horseman. There's a lot of guest stars.
There's a very good chance.
It wouldn't have shocked me at all.
Very good chance.
Well, let's move on to our next story. As great as the story is, there's not much to talk about here.
It's not, sadly.
So, we are moving on to our next story with pictures. If you're on the video podcast, if you're not, if you're on the audio podcast, I'm sorry. So our next story, as you see here, it's Michael Myers, and you're like, "Whoa, Michael Myers? Okay, well, what's the point?" Well,
it's not Halloween anymore.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Well, I believe this was on Halloween, so it was yesterday, I believe. I'm not 100% sure. It might have been a couple days before, or whatever. This man here, you may think, oh, he's a crazy person in court, because you might be able to notice that's a courtroom. Oh, he's like a crazy, what's the word for the person who's on trial? Which one's that? Is that the defendant?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the defendant.
Yep.
Okay. Is he the defendant? Is he a crazy person trying to plead insanity? No. This is an attorney. right here in our great state of Texas. Chris. Oh. I don't know what just happened there. Oops. Alright. Sorry. Technical issues there. Michael went to trial for making a filler movie. Dang, Chewy. Ooh. Crapping on the most recent Halloween movie, pretending like most of the Halloween movies don't suck.
That's fair.
Where's Ludacris? Bring back Ludacris.
And all the subsequent after, they happen.
Yeah, that's fair.
Sure did happen.
But yeah, so little backstory here. Why is this attorney dressed as Michael Myers? Well, because the judge, I believe the quote is, triple dog dared him to.
And as an attorney, you are legally
obligated. No, that's not the case.
Except any triple dog dare
he obviously
from a judge.
Could have chose not to do it, but it was a day where he had no important cases. It's all a bunch of stuff where most of them weren't even going to go to trial, stuff like that. It wasn't important. It was a very nothing day for him. So he said, I'll dress up like Michael. There'll be some really funny pictures like this. Which these are great pictures.
Honestly, he's got the Michael Myers stand down to a T.
He really does, especially the one in the door.
Yeah.
There's the picture in the door, which is that's great.
Yeah, honestly, this probably would have made a better, Halloween movie than the recent one did.
Dang, we're just roasting Halloween Kills. Halloween Kills the franchise?
Yeah, I was about to make the same joke.
Nah,
I'm sure no one else has ever made that.
Yeah, don't worry. There's still Halloween Ends or Dies or whatever the crap it's called.
Yeah, no, it's Halloween Ends.
Okay,
they already planned that.
I do remember if it was Dies or Ends because I don't care.
Before they even released Halloween Kills.
Chewy,
all right.
Chewy called this Halloween Kills My Eyes. Ooh, roasted. Hey, if you're a fan of Halloween Kills, you also suck. Get out of here. We don't like anyone who's a fan of anything.
Don't worry, there is no fandom for Halloween Kills.
That's true. There's probably a few people who are like, oh, it was fun.
It has been pretty universally ill-received.
Yeah, but that's by people who took the time to care. Let's be being realistic. There were probably people who just watched and were like, all right, that was fun. Or, all right, whatever, moving on with their life. We have to remember that the people who share their opinions on the internet are definitely the more vocal people than the vast majority. The vast majority of people probably just thought and were like, all right, that was a crappy horror movie. I see a lot of those, because as much as there are some great Halloween movies, there's also, or not Halloween, horror movies. There's a lot of not great horror movies.
Yeah.
Even though there are great ones, there's a lot of horror is cheap, quick crap that people make just because it's easy
jump scares.
it's easy to make this. So There's probably people who went just to be like, am I gonna get a little spooked? Oh, cool. I got a little spooked in that one scene, and ooh, that death looked cool. All right, that was enough for me. Well, that's the end of that story.
$14.
But basically, what we're saying is, if you like things, we hate you.
Oh no, that's not the message.
I think it is. I think that's
We
our
are
message.
going to,
I think
fun at things.
I think when I post this on YouTube, this has to be called "If You're Part of a Fandom, You Suck" is the title of this podcast.
Even Michael Myers did not like Halloween Kills, says Juki. And I would completely believe that the actor for Michael Myers was like, you know what, I do regret being in that film.
Maybe. Or maybe, hey, you know what? Maybe it's gonna be the third one's gonna really tie up the loose ends and make it better. You just gotta watch the whole product.
And you know what? I am going to. Because when it comes to movies, I am a completionist.
See?
I will see things through to the end.
All right. Well, our next story is so there was a man in California. I don't remember his name. Doesn't matter.
I don't believe you. There's never been a man in California.
All right. Well, next story because I lied about that.
All right.
No. Okay. So there was a man in California who decided that sorry. Let me recenter.
Restart.
Yes, there was a man in California who was going to Six Flags because he likes the roller coasters. He was checking out the season passes and was looking at the different prices and was like, $150 for a year, 2 meals a day. I work really close to here. What if I come here for lunch and dinner
every day?
And that's what he did. And
man's living at Six Flags, baby.
He has been eating Six Flags meals for a while. I believe the estimate he said is he's probably eaten roughly, I think it was either 1,000 or 10,000 meals at Six Flags. Which you gotta think about, if you're eating 2 meals a day, that's 700 meals a year. I don't remember how many years he was working there. So, it's not that crazy. Maybe it was 5,000. But, he's eaten over 1,000 meals there, he believes. And,
do we have a approximation for this man's weight?
He did start to gain weight at one point because they did add a snack you could have every day. And he did eventually decide to cut out the snacks. And for the most part, tries to only get salads now.
Oh, okay.
Because they have there's a couple healthy, well, probably not healthy because they're probably filled with fried chicken. But there are a couple salad options they have there that he enjoys. He is now a happily married man, and he only goes there 4 to 5 days a week now, instead of instead of lunch and dinner every day, including a lot of weekends. He now only goes 4 to 5 work days just for lunch. He goes home and has dinner with his wife.
Well, I'm glad he has dinner with his wife and not dinner with his wife at Six
Flags. Yeah. But to be fair, he mentioned how he had a coworker who mentioned
I'm sure he saved a ton of money.
He had a coworker he was talking to that talked about how I think it was annually. It might have been a month, which sounds too crazy, but I think it was annually. Said they were spending $1,500 on on eating out because having to go out while you're at work and stuff. So this man is spending $150 a year, which is you're talking less than 50 cents a meal.
Yeah. I've got my lunch card for elementary school.
Yeah, and it's it worked for him. And some days, if he he had time on his lunch break, he'd get a ride if it was during the off season. While he was there, hop on a roller coaster. I mean, the man's living the dream.
Ride off this cheeseburger.
The man is living the dream. He also apparently it's Magic Mountain, which Magic Mountain's parking lot is in a terrible spot. So to get in and out, it was taking him 5,000 steps. So he was probably burning off the majority of it. That's why he didn't balloon out till he got the snacks. He was able to cut it out because just how much walking he had to do this.
Golly, that's insane.
Yeah, it was
kind of cool.
Yeah,
but definitely
also,
more insane.
I would never do it, but good for him. Good for him for being frugal.
No, not being frugal. It's being financially smart.
Yeah. Okay. Fair.
He's getting all his money worth out of
That's true.
That Six Flags.
Yeah, baby. I mean,
$150 a year.
I think,
Goodness
to be fair, I do
gracious.
believe it did go up while he was there to like $250 a year for that plan, which is
Well, they
still
had to, make up for
probably
the
for
cost
him.
of him eating there every day.
But still,
Twice
even
a day.
though $250 a year is still a great deal for lunch every day, for every work
That's,
day.
yeah, that's not bad, honestly.
That's
Really not.
$200 a month for all your meals if you're eating at home is still kind of not that easy to do sometimes. Like,
I mean, I'm pretty sure that would pay itself off even if you were only eating there every day for lunch for a month,
yeah, probably.
and you've
Yeah.
already made your money back on.
Yeah, and he has a whole another 11 months. And he wasn't doing just lunch for the most part. For the
Yeah.
beginning, he was doing lunch and dinner, including
Wow.
weekends. Like,
Yeah, that's
power to
that's
him.
insane.
Power to the man. He is the chosen one. He will bring balance to the force. All right, moving on to
and his diet.
Yeah. Moving on to actually moving back really. I should have probably reorganized these stories. Didn't think about that when I wrote it. Moving back to tech news, tech/internet platform news. We have some YouTube new features they're rolling out. This is just actually giving YouTube kind of praise for a cool new feature. This is not like the cynical us like it normally is. I mean, maybe Chris will find a way to make this cynical, but
don't worry, I'll find a way.
I have no plan for this to be cynical. So,
okay.
YouTube has this new feature. It's based off their, it's based off their algorithm. So, I guess that's a reason to be cynical.
All right, that's it. I'm done.
So they have this new feature called New for You, which it bases it off of the kind of videos you watch, and it gives you recommendations for channels that you've never once watched a video for. So it's very similar to some of their other parts of the things they have, like their suggested feed. But this is just, hey, we know the kind of things you like. Here's some more channels who do the same kind of content. And I was like, that's a cool little feature to kind of try to broaden your horizon if you want to.
All right, now here's my cynical spin.
All right, fine. Let's hear it. I want to see how you pull this one off. I think it's just good news.
Is that, well, yes, it is cool that they're going to promote stuff that you've never seen before, and maybe give exposure to smaller channels that you've never watched, but maybe you're still making good content. On the other hand, for people who are already consuming exorbitant amounts of content, this is just going to keep them in occident. Again, social media bad.
You know what, Chris? You're just being cynical for the sake of being cynical. People can choose not to click on that tab. It's a choice.
They can choose, but will they?
Well, hopefully that brings people who like podcasts and gameplay to us. This is great for us, Chris. Why are you trying to ruin our future?
I would love for it to be great for us, honestly. Will it? Who knows?
No,
Only
of course
time will
not.
tell.
It's probably only going to feed big channels that you haven't watched that are loosely related to things you like. People who are part of like the YouTube Partner Program.
Now, that being said, make good choices.
Yeah.
If you've got extra time,
watch more of our content.
Watch some stuff, but also spend your time wisely.
Yeah, like take your phone outside.
Or just take yourself outside. Appreciate nature and touch grass.
Yeah, touch the
doesn't
grass.
hurt every once in a while.
You phone in one hand,
And then
grass touching the other.
Go back and stop.
Yeah,
Stop.
no. Chris, we put out like 5 hours of content a week. They don't have time to go outside.
Just watch a video a day. You don't have to watch it all at once. Maybe you do. Watch it all at once and get it out of the way. Spend all the rest of your time doing something else. Get a hobby.
I don't remember when Chewie said this, but I like it. You sound like my mother when I play games. Why are you trying to ruin our future?
I speak from a place of experience. I also play a lot of, but it's good every once in a while to go outside.
I don't go outside. I'm
do
fine.
Something else. It is.
I'm fine.
Are you?
Dang.
I love you.
Yeah, and you go outside and you think you're better than me? You're not. So what's the point?
And I'm not, but I'm not saying I'm better than you. But it's good for your mental health. That's just objectively true. There's studies out there. Get some vitamin D, guys. That's all I'm saying.
Also, it's also good for your mental health. Medication I'm not on. So what's the point? Let's just move on.
Oh my gosh, jeez! I'm waiting to get that dark. I'm just trying to, make a good point and say, maybe go outside.
My hardcore point. Don't go outside. Stay inside. Stay inside forever.
I'm gonna have to disagree with Austin on this one, guy. Anyway,
Move to the University of California. They have this new awesome
what
new
is up,
dorm plan. They have this awesome new dorm plan where there's no windows. It's great. We're not covering that story, but I just want to mention it here. There is this plan for this dorm that just has no windows.
That's really cool. Or you could go to a federal prison. There's also no.
Yeah, that's a lot of people like. It just seems like a prison. And apparently, cool. There's this really rich amateur architect who's paying for all of it and says you have to use my plan or else you can't have the money. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's great. But moving on, the movie club. It's time for movie club. Woo!
We got a packed movie club
this week. This week we're talking about 2 different movies on movie club. What?
Not one.
Crazy.
2.
Last week we only told you to watch one movie. Our bad. We didn't know we were gonna make the other one movie club until later. So. Yeah. What is movie club, though, Chris?
Movie club is like a book club, but for movies. So,
oh my goodness!
Every week, we watch a movie, and we talk about it, and then we come here, and then we talk about it again.
Oh my goodness!
So if you guys want to be a part of this conversation, go watch the movies with us. Every week we announce what movie we're gonna watch, and then we release a movie club commentary.
Which I will say
Thursday on YouTube.
Which I will say is that's right. Thursday at YouTube 4:00.
Right.
Our YouTube uploads are always 4:00, unless I'm late.
Did you have something else you were gonna say?
Yes, movie club commentary. Little extra plug. It's literally my favorite piece of content we create. None of you are watching it, and that's fine. Because honestly, I love it so much. I'm gonna keep doing with whether you watch it or not. But I really think it's one of my favorite things we make. So. If you have the opportunity to watch it, you should watch it. I think it's fun.
If you like our witty or not that witty banter, or you just like our personalities and you want to see more of us, that is us at our most raw form.
It really is. It's just us
consuming media and going, "Wow,
this sucks."
Here we are. Golly.
Well, let's hop right into our first movie this week, which is Spy Kids. So Spy Kids is a movie about kids who are spies.
What?
I know, it's crazy. Tagline, real spies, only smaller. Which is honestly a horrible tagline. Chewy loves Movie Club, which is awesome because I love Movie Club. And I'm glad that our most consistent viewer enjoys our content that I enjoy making, which is good because, if our one consistent viewer didn't like this, that would be really bad for our channel.
Yeah, that would be a bad sign.
It really would be. But yeah, so Spy Kids, general plot. We have these kids whose parents were spies.
And then they got married.
And then they got married and stopped being spies. But wait.
They get pulled back in.
Yeah, sorry. There was chat. Chewy's talking about the other parts of our podcast he likes. It distracted me. Thank you. Tournament of Champions is coming up. Don't worry.
Right.
So Spy Kids, their parents, they're spies. They get pulled back in because there's this new bunch of spies from their agency are being taken away mysteriously.
Oh.
Spoiler, because that's what this kind of is. We talk about the movies. If you wanted to watch the movie, you should have watched it when we told you to watch it last week. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So Spy Kids, the villain-ish, one of the villains is the creator of Junie, who is the son, his favorite TV show, which is this weird, really zany kids show with crazy, colorful, cartoon-esque living characters. It's really honestly impossible to explain properly.
Yeah. And also there's big thumb guys.
There's also big thumb guys that he has. So they have to go stop him. You find out as the movie goes on, there's actually a bigger bad behind him. He's being not forced to do these bad things, but he's not the brains
being
behind
manipulated into doing it.
So that's the general plot. I won't give you much more on the plot. It's honestly, I think it's the best movie we've watched for Movie Club.
I'd be inclined to agree.
It's made by legendary film director Robert Rodriguez, who is just cinematically. This is the most beautiful movie we've watched.
The set designs are marvelous.
The character designs are also pretty good. The silly, zany tech is well made for the time. Obviously, there's some elements of that doesn't look great. But this movie came out in 2001, I think. So, you got to give it a little bit of leeway. And it's great. I genuinely laughed the most at this. Not laughing at that was terrible. Like just like that was actually funny. There's a lot of that in this movie. This is the best movie we watched because it's still a stupid weird kids movie. So
yeah,
there's
it
still
has its moments.
Yeah, there's still stuff
like,
for us to make fun of.
Geez.
So if you're a fan of Movie Club Commentary and you want to watch this, don't worry. It still has that. It still has a lot of stuff we can dig into.
That's
but
right.
there's also
It'll
a lot
just
of time.
be a slightly less painful movie to sit through in general.
And but there'll also be a lot more of us being like, oh, that was actually good on the Movie Club Commentary because they'll be like, oh, we can't say that's just funny. So like, yeah, it's a fun time. If you haven't somehow seen Spy Kids, go watch it. It's a fun movie. You know, if you want to make it maybe more fun, maybe worse. Watch it with us. I don't know if it'll be more fun for you. But that's not all we're talking about this week, Chris.
That's right.
Because unlike this movie,
we watch.
unlike this movie, which is charming and great, we also watched Vampire Dog.
That's right. We watched Vampire Dog yesterday on Halloween.
Yep, that was our first and probably, for the most part, only live Movie Club Commentary. If you had Twitch Prime, or not, well, yes. If you have Amazon Prime, which would give you Twitch Prime, you could have watched this with us because of the really cool watch party feature they have on Amazon. So yeah, we watched this movie and, oh buddy, was it not good.
Yeah, so the basic synopsis of
there's a dog. He's a vampire.
Yep.
Kid gets dog. The vampire helps dog with vampire dog helps kid with life.
With middle school life.
Movie ends. The end. Yeah. Oh, also there's a battle.
Not be such a lame nerd.
Oh, there's some Battle of the Band stuff in it too. Ooh. It's not. The plot's terrible. The movie's not great. The acting is atrocious by pretty much every actor. The only
highlight is Norm Macdonald as the titular vampire dog,
whose name is Fang. Get it? Fang.
Because vampires have fangs.
He loves red jelly, not Jello, because of lawsuit reasons. He loves jelly. Not gelatin.
Red jelly.
The actual name for the generic product. No. Right. Jelly. The other product. That's not what he eats.
Yeah. The movies? Yeah. It's pretty horrendous.
It's pretty bad. It made me laugh
acting
3 times, I think, total.
And they were all Norm Macdonald's lines.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. No. That's the only good parts. I did eventually start enjoying parts of other characters on the screen because I really enjoyed the bit I was doing making fun of them.
Yeah.
This is the most bit-heavy movie club commentary we've done. Which I can't
Austin really lays into the Valley Girl.
I do. I really lay into this dumb, blonde, annoying character they have in the movie. She's not even really dumb. I'm just mean. She's just a kid.
Yeah.
She's just a mean blonde girl, and I really lay into
popular blonde girl.
Yeah, she's popular, and that's why I went with the oh my god kind of voice, and it was fun for me. It might not have been fun for anyone else, and that's fair. And my opinion is, honestly, you can skip this movie club commentary. This movie has literally so few redeeming qualities. If you're gonna watch one movie club commentary this week, which is all you're supposed to get regularly, go watch Spy Kids instead.
Oh, and if you showed up to the live stream, thanks.
Yeah. But yeah, this upcoming week we do have another movie club commentary / movie club because we do it every week. We're gonna continue our series, our little mini series, if you will, on Spy Kids. So we will be watching Spy Kids 4. No, I'm just kidding. We're watching Spy Kids 2. The Island of Lost something. I don't know, something.
Lost Dreams.
Lost Dreams. The Island of Lost Dreams sounds possible. Spy Kids.
Could be wrong.
Island, Spy Island, Kid Island, Kids on an Island. It's got Steve Buscemi in it. I remembered his name now. I did not remember his name at the end of our Spy Kids video. Steve Buscemi's in this. Steve Buscemi's great. The movie's great. Go watch Spy Kids 2 if you want to be prepared for next week. Go watch
Steve Buscemi.
If you want to wait till Thursday so you can watch it with our voices annoying you over what's probably a really decent movie, wait till Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I think. Oh no, it's not time. I thought we were.
No, not yet.
I thought we were going to Chewie's favorite subtopic yet, but no, we have to go to Monkey Thunder's requested topic that I don't think he's even here anymore, and that's fair. Yeah, of course not. That's fair. Why would have waited? It's time to talk about. It's trailer talk time, which means the number one trailer I saw this week, at least. I mean, I didn't see a lot of trailers, but it was like, that looks like something we can talk about. Is the new Disney Pixar movie coming out, Lightyear, which.
Yep.
I guess what it looks like it's going to be is it's, the story of Buzz Lightyear, not the toy. The spaceman.
Just an origin story of Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, the character that the toy is based off of.
Yeah. Which I'm pretty sure the toy is based off of a character in a TV show.
Yeah, so I don't know if this is supposed
basically
to be...
that TV show made into a movie, I guess?
Maybe, or is this supposed to be based off of the real live spaceman that TV show was based off of? I'm not sure. I don't know what the lore of their world is.
It definitely looks like a very sci-fi action-y thing, and I don't think even in the world of Toy Story we have super advanced spaceships with lasers and stuff.
That's fair. So you're right. It probably is based off of the TV. I don't know. I will probably never know officially what this is supposed to be in canon of the world. It's a movie about Buzz Lightyear. Chewie thinks it looks atrocious. I think that's more what Chris thinks. I'll be honest.
I'm inclined to agree with Chewie on this specific case.
I have no issues with it whatsoever. Pixar makes, relatively speaking, pretty good movies. Their worst movies are still passable and enjoyable. So I think the premise is that could be fun. They let them this is their first space movie. I'm okay with that. They chose. Here's the thing. Would it be slightly more interesting if the better ones, they didn't try to tie this into something? Sure. But I feel like for the most part, he's going to be Buzz Lightyear in name only. We might see Zurg show up at some point.
Yeah, it definitely looks like in the trailer they are alluding to a Zurg appearance.
Yeah, which that's just Zurg is kind of a generic villain character, and Buzz Lightyear is a generic spaceman. You could make an interesting story with that, and I was
going to say something else. I was going to say, with generic spaceman and generic villain, you get something just completely uninteresting.
But see, the reason why I disagree is
because it's Pixar behind it?
It's because Pixar and they have good writers, and yes, it's generic, but generic also means you can do whatever you want with it. As long as he's Buzz Lightyear and he says to infinity and beyond at one point, and Zurg is evil, you're good. There's really not a lot there, so you have a very open thing, and Pixar has a pretty good track record that I'm cautiously optimistic, like I am with. I mean, I'm almost never fully gung ho on a movie, but I'm cautiously optimistic. Pixar's made far more good movies than they've had any bad movies. Yes, there are the good dinosaurs out there. I get that, but there's 3 really good Toy Story movies and a 4th decent one. It's I'm more believable they're gonna make. There's only Good Dinosaur, and I personally wasn't a fan of Brave, are the only Pixar movies I consider as bad. So
Sure.
I'll probably watch. Here's the thing: I'm not gonna watch this in theaters, that's for sure. But when this comes on Disney Plus, I will have a fun hour and a half enjoying it.
I probably won't watch it. It just doesn't look interesting at all to me.
That's fair.
And it might be good, it might not be. Who knows? Based on Pixar's recent track record, it'll probably be okay.
I feel like they're
and then forgettable afterwards.
Coco was amazing. I didn't hear great things about Onward, but I've heard really good things about Luca. I didn't see it. I haven't seen.
I heard not great things about Luca.
Oh, really? I heard pretty good things about.
But
Luca.
I also watched it from a very critical adult who likes art house movies, so
so probably not the person to
doesn't like kids movies.
Probably not the person to find if this Pixar movie is good.
But
I feel like
someone who also views movies through the lens that I view a lot of movies.
I'm probably gonna watch this with my younger brother, and that'll be a fun time.
Yeah, I don't have a younger brother, so.
Well, if you want to come over and watch it with me and my younger brother, you're welcome. All right, well, it's time. Drum roll, please, Chris, with your mouth, because if you do anything else, it's not gonna get picked up. No, make a drum noise, That's also not picking up. Discord's not picking up any of this. This is an audio podcast exclusive. Chris's noise effects. Drum, 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 drum. There we go.
Drum roll. Drum rolling.
It's time for the greatest segment of the week. It's time for Tournament of Champions. Someday we'll have an actual like intro and theme song, or maybe a graphic for it, but we don't, and I'm lazy, so who knows if we ever will.
Yep. Whoopsies. Uh-oh.
It's time for Tournament of Champions. What's the topic for this week? It's... Oh, my thing didn't show up. There we go. It
doesn't exist.
Oh, and I have a download in the way. BJ Novak. There we go. All right, there we go. It is the Avengers. I know what you're thinking. You already did Marvel characters in the first episode. You're right. But we only did 4. So, they're not here. They're not here this week. No, none of those 4 aren't available. Sorry. Sorry, Thor, Spider-Man, Iron Man, and Captain America. They were the 4 most popular Marvel characters when I Googled most popular Marvel characters. This time, I Googled the most popular comic book Avengers. Because I wanted to open it up. Mostly, honestly, I wanted Wolverine to make this list, and I knew he would if I did it this way.
Okay. To be fair, in my personal opinion, I think this is a much more interesting roster of Marvel characters.
That's fair. So let's break down our graphic here. So this is if one of your favorites isn't here, sorry, it's because they weren't considered popular on Google.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah. The only characters who did not make this list who were above them were Captain America, Iron Man, and Spider-Man. Thor was beneath some of these characters on this list, which baffles me when we get to a couple of these.
Oh, does Hawkeye come out on top of Thor?
Yeah. Whoa. And also Vision and Scarlet Witch too. Which, like, I mean, Scarlet Witch has some really interesting comics. I'll take that back. But I'm sorry, Vision is not that interesting of a character. I'm shocked he beat Thor after like the modern move. Because yes, I did look up comic book, but still, people searching Thor, you would think the Thor movies would have trumped whatever Vision did in popularity and therefore boosted it up. But maybe not.
I think the only Thor movie that anyone really loves is Ragnarok.
I feel like people enjoyed the first one. The second one.
I know people love Chris Hemsworth as Thor, and just in general.
I'm still a little surprised that Chewie's favorite, Hawkeye, made this list.
Congratulations to Chewie.
Vision is not a good... This is Chewie quoting me, saying, Vision is not that good of a character, a blind man. Apparently I'm blind for not liking... Honestly, what I'm just hearing here is...
I had no idea you were blind, Austin.
Apparently. Apparently what I'm just hearing here is, much as Chewie is amazing in so many ways, Chewie has a really bad taste on Marvel characters. But moving on to the actual bracket itself for our audio listeners who only hear us mention some of these names and are confused. Heading on over to the West Coast. In our first matchup, we have Hulk versus Doctor Strange. We also have Black Panther versus Black Widow.
Okay.
Then, moving on over to the East Coast, we have Scarlet Witch versus Vision. It's WandaVision in a battle. Can you believe it? Oh my goodness. Moving on to our final first round, we have Wolverine versus Hawkeye. Let's head on over to our first matchup, which is the West Coast's Hulk versus Doctor Strange. So,
all right.
What is your initial thoughts? I feel like we're on the same page here, but let's discuss it.
This is a tough matchup.
Is it though?
Kind of.
I feel like, well, I guess it depends on when. Actually, I don't think it does. I think it's Doctor Strange.
I think it is Doctor Strange,
but
think it comes down to like, Hulk is kind of almost an unstoppable force in Doctor Strange, and some aspects is like an immovable object.
But see, you know what?
Hulk specifically.
The Hulk isn't unstoppable.
Doctor Strange has magic.
You know what I'm gonna explain to you the exact situation how Hulk loses. Is Doctor Strange puts him into another realm and leaves him there till Bruce settles down. He comes in, he kills him. Once he's eventually settles down, he just waits. He just has him in that. Well, he's not even wait for Doctor Strange. but it's going to feel like however long it takes Hulk to settle down. Oh, he's no longer angry because he's been there for 7 years? Well, now it's time for Doctor Strange just to come and kill him.
Yeah.
I don't get me wrong. I think Hulk is cooler, but Doctor Strange is the better character.
Doctor Strange is pretty cool.
Yeah, Doctor Strange is cool. I'm more just saying, I feel like when you come to like iconic characters, Doctor Strange is not as iconic as Hulk. Hulk has like the long-lasting name recognition, cool factor. But if you actually look at his powers, Doctor Strange, Doctor Strange beats him. I feel like you're agreeing, right?
Yeah, no, okay. Doctor Strange, I feel like with his list of powers, is kind of nutty when it comes down to it.
No, that's fair. Yeah. Especially, depending on when this fight takes place. If he has the Time Stone, he definitely wins. But
yeah, I mean, even without it,
he still wins. Yeah. So, moving on to our second East-West. Our second West Coast battle. It is Black Panther versus Black Widow. Both characters have black in their name. I don't know if that means anything. It was a random draw.
I don't think that it does.
No, it doesn't. It is kind of a cool little like visual thing that the two characters with the word black in the name also happen to fight. I don't know. I think it's cool. Random draw can be cool that way sometimes. So, I feel like this is another one where it's pretty obvious. I feel like this is not the one where we normally have where it's a lot of balanced fights. I think there's one balanced fight in this.
Ready? I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, and then we'll say it all at the same time.
Sure, yeah.
Ready?
3, 2, 1. Black Widow.
Black Panther.
I was just saying it to mess with you. No, it's Black Panther.
I was about to say, are you serious?
No, it's Black Panther 100%. I was just saying Black Widow for comedy's sake. No, it's Black Panther. Black Widow.
The Spider-Man 2 meme of what's his name? J. Jonah Jameson.
Oh, yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. The thing is, Black Widow doesn't really have powers. At least not in the movies. Maybe in the comics she has like a couple powers that I don't know about. And
Black Panther, thanks to eating the special flower, does have powers.
He's basically
also has an adamantium suit.
He's Captain America without a shield. Like,
I mean, his whole suit is the shield.
Yeah, really. I mean, he wins 100%.
You can shoot him. Too bad his suit absorbs energy.
Yeah, but if we're talking who wins the sexy competition, it's still Black Panther.
Still Black Panther. Yeah, totally.
Chadwick Boseman, eat him.
Yeah.
My heart goes out. I miss you.
Yeah, we all do.
We do. Well, moving on to
the East Coast.
To the East Coast, in a battle of marital life, it's America right here.
And a
domestic disturbance.
Disturbance case.
It's WandaVision. It's Scarlet Witch versus Vision. I hate to do the thing that we apparently do every week in his favorite subject.
Yep.
Scarlet Witch destroys Vision.
Yeah.
Scarlet Witch is one of the most OP characters in Marvel.
It's true.
I'm sorry, Chewie. I know you love this segment, and I don't know why you love this segment because it's normally you're just saying, sorry, Chewie, you're wrong.
Make him angry every week.
Like, Vision is I think Vision against most of the other characters on here would probably beat them.
Yeah.
As much as I don't
Vision versus, like, Hulk, Black Panther, Black Widow, Wolverine, Hawkeye.
I think
probably would win.
I think the only people who could beat Vision are Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch.
Spoilers.
But oh crap! Chewie's saying that's it. Goodbye. Chewie's out. We've lost Chewie. Darn it. Chewie.
Scarlet Witch is basically the human version of the Reality Stone.
Yeah, Chewie, please listen. Let us explain why. Vision, as much as I don't think he's cool, Vision has a great power set that would win everything but Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch almost destroyed Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet on her own. Like, Vision is not
I think in the comics, she does.
She can't. She's destroyed the whole world in the comics, Chris.
Scarlet Witch is crazy.
Yeah, Scarlet Witch is the Superman of this bracket. She probably shouldn't have made the list, but she did.
Probably not.
But here's the thing. I also kind of didn't want to cut anyone out just for being OP, because that kind of... There's other times where we thought...
Superman because he's born.
But it's also... It's not even just that. It's just... This is going on to next week's Tournament of Champions, where we do need... Oh, cool. Chewie's back because he likes us.
Hey, baby.
But
bring it back every time.
We need characters who are a little OP like Scarlet Witch, so it's not a guaranteed, Sonic win next week.
It definitely wasn't already a Sonic win when Venom was introduced into the bracket.
We'll discuss that next week.
Yeah.
Venom has no chance against Sonic or the Flash, both of which who are in the... For the same reason we said everything else on why the Speedsters won their brackets are the same reason why, unless you have insane powerful magic, you're not beating them. Venom is just really strong, for the most part. But that's next week's discussion, not this week's. They might not even face each other
Also, like, impervious to most physical attacks, but, you know.
Except for noise. Oh, you know, a sonic boom, the loudest noise you can do? Okay, cool, both Speedsters win. They break the sound barrier and they kill him. Spoiler.
Wow, you're spoiling all of the future brackets.
Take that back. Venom definitely wins. Yeah. Scarlet Witch.
We'll never know until we talk about it. Next.
Scarlet Witch beats Scarlet Witch. But here's the thing: Scarlet Witch. I don't think it's a guaranteed win for a speedster. So I think it's more interesting when she inevitably probably wins this bracket. Spoilers. And drum roll, which we can't pick up on audio, but it's happening. Drum roll. Chris, it's time for my favorite topic. Or segment within a segment, that's what I meant to say. Chris, please tell me.
Oh, my defending Hawkeye versus Wolverine?
Please tell me how Hawkeye beats Wolverine.
I think this isn't nearly as...
It's not as bad as some of our other ones.
As other ones. Because Hawkeye could use an adamantium arrow to pierce Wolverine's, like, skin... and potentially kill him.
No.
The only thing is that Wolverine does have...
Adamantium doesn't kill Wolverine. It just pierces through him, sure. But, like, it doesn't kill him.
But then he has regenerative powers.
Yeah. If Deadpool in the crappy version of Deadpool couldn't beat Wolverine... and don't get me wrong, that character sucked. But he was so OP and still couldn't beat Wolverine.
Yeah, now, if he had an adamantium arrow that had, like, some sort of... explosive ordnance attached
we gotta pause.
To it.
We gotta pause, Chris.
No, I saw the tweet comment where he says he's so charming.
Hawkeye is charming, and Wolverine will try to hug him. 1, Hawkeye's not charming. 2, Wolverine ain't hugging no one. Wolverine will give... If Hawkeye tried to charm him, which I don't even think Hawkeye's that charming. That's a whole different me not liking Hawkeye, Chewie loving Hawkeye difference. The character of Wolverine doesn't get charmed.
Logan is a very cold and distant person, and that's just his whole character.
One of Logan's best scenes he's been in was in which was it? It was First Class, when they try to recruit him, and he just tells them to F off and flips them off, and that's the whole involvement of him in that movie.
But yeah, I think
Chewie says Wolverine,
even after he gets blown up, he would just like get back up and then be pissed off.
As long as you didn't kill, if there's even a cell of him left, he can regenerate. Like that's like part of the thing. It's like Wolverine wins.
Yeah, Wolverine cuts his way out of the Hulk after being eaten, I think.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that happens.
Chewie says Wolverine is bottling up his feelings. He will let them out and hug Hawkeye. Maybe in your fanfic, which if you write it, send it to me. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, but and maybe we'll read it.
But I'm sorry, your two favorites have lost.
Sorry.
I guess the moral of the story is maybe get better favorites when it comes to superheroes. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, it's okay to have favorites that aren't OP.
Yeah, but just understand.
But also, don't expect them to win.
Yeah, that's another thing is you can like whoever you want. Because here's the thing, people I like haven't won some of these tournaments.
Yeah.
You think I wanted the Flash to win a DC battle? No. I wanted Batman to win because he's Batman, but also he's Batman.
Yeah, he's also Batman.
Like that's what it comes down to.
Versus the Flash.
Chewie, how can I send it to you? I'm scared that you actually have this now.
He's already got one written out.
I guess tweet it to downtown. Tweet a link to downtown Kentucky, like a Google Dropbox or something. I don't know. DM downtown
or DM it to him.
Yeah, DM me it on downtown Kentucky, and I don't ever check that Twitter, so thankfully I'll probably never have to see this because I'm scared now.
And anywho, it's on to the West Coast final.
West Coast final. Doctor Strange versus Black Panther. Chris, it's time for my second favorite segment of the week. It's the same segment as last time. Tell me how Black Panther beats Doctor Strange!
He doesn't.
Oh, that's fair.
I'm not defending two people in a row.
That's fair.
I had an actual argument for Hawkeye. I can't do anything for Black Panther against a reality-bending wizard.
Chewie says, I will genuinely send it to you if you tell me how. Yeah, I guess Twitter. I don't know if I want to see it, Chewie. As much as I love you, Chewie, I'm scared. I don't know if I want to see this fanfic. I guess Twitter, but if you could also not, and I'd be okay with that.
Gonna send it to you, and it's just gonna be Hawkeye charms Wolverine.
And he hugs him. And I'll be like, oh,
the end.
all right.
Oh, okay.
All right, that's fine. All right, okay,
Yeah, that's fair.
cool. All right, our East Coast final: Scarlet Witch versus Wolverine. It's
Scarlet Witch makes Wolverine not immortal anymore.
Yeah.
And then kills him immediately afterwards.
Chewie, fine. I'll have to type it all next stream.
And then he gets blown up by her energy blast. Yeah, Wolverine doesn't win this fight.
No, there's no chance. Scarlet Witch is super OP. Like, she almost beat Thanos with all the Infinity Stones, and the only reason she didn't, what was the reason?
Because she wasn't really trained in her powers that much.
Yeah, and she also got I don't remember. But yeah, he was so it's her and it's Captain Marvel are so OP in this world. Thankfully, Captain Marvel is not popular enough to make this list because I hate Captain Marvel and I didn't want to have to defend her. But I would have.
The female Superman. Woo!
Yeah. So, Scarlet Witch.
Just as boring.
Only one T. Alright. Scarlet Witch versus Doctor Strange. The most interesting fight on this list. And also one we're probably going to see very soon.
Is that true?
I'm almost certain Scarlet Witch is going to end up being...
Is that going to be in the Multiverse of Madness?
I think she's going to be the antagonist of the Doctor Strange movie. I think so.
Whoa.
She's supposed to be in it, and I think it makes the most sense that her trying to get back her kids are going to be going up against Doctor Strange, and she's going to be ripping holes into the universe. More so than Doctor Strange is already going to be ripping into the universe in the Spider-Man movie. Golly, I'm so excited for these multiverse-style movies. That, Loki making multiverse... Oh, Marvel is just killing it right now.
I've heard theories that maybe Doctor Strange might be the villain of the Spider-Man movie.
Oh, I have two, but it's still he's not Doctor Strange thing.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I've also seen those.
He's not actually Doctor Strange.
He's Mephisto.
Yeah.
You thought it was in WandaVision? Nah, we're safe in it. Because that was the number one thing on the internet was, Mephisto, Mephisto, Mephisto.
What's that kind of allude to with, what's her name?
Kind of. It's like...
Because he serves Mephisto.
Yeah. But yeah, Mephisto...
Anywho.
But that's for our new Marvel podcast. That's never happening.
Yeah, no, definitely not. The world does not need another Marvel podcast.
No, it doesn't. But it might get another new podcast someday. Because me and Chris have some ideas. Or mostly I do. And I've talked to Chris slightly about it. So it might happen someday. Chris has forgotten it, and that's fine.
That's right.
I'm not telling you what it is. I'm just teasing you. Someday you might get another podcast. Whoa.
Uh-oh. I'm sorry.
Dang.
Anywho.
All right. Doctor Strange versus Scarlet Witch. Chewie, maybe. I don't know. I'm scared.
What happened?
Chewie said, Monday you're reading it out. Monday podcast will include the reading of my fanfic? Yes. I'm not making promises, Chewie. Depending on
it really depends on what your fanfic is.
It depends on what this is and how we're a PG channel. I'll just leave it at that.
Channel, so keep that in mind.
I will have to vet it, and and honestly, depending on how long it is, also could change how much of it. If it's PG and it's not too long, maybe you'll get a snippet. We'll see. I don't know.
All right.
No promises. You're ruining the podcast, Chewie. I love you.
Scarlet Witch versus Doctor Strange.
Scarlet Witch versus Doctor Strange. I think my heart says Scarlet Witch. I think she's winning.
Yeah.
She killed the whole universe. Like House of M. She destroys practically the whole world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like not even the world, the multiverse.
Like Doctor Strange, Sorcerer Supreme, definitely probably the best match for Scarlet Witch.
100%. Well, maybe Captain Marvel, because she's so undefined with how powerful she is. That's the only thing. Like, she's maybe. Because once again, like we brought up with Scarlet Witch, somehow Captain Marvel was able to withstand, Thanos with all the Infinity Stones, almost beat him. She didn't, but, Scarlet Witch basically has the powers of one Infinity Stone a little bit stronger. There's a chance. It's not a guarantee.
And also the chance to improve upon those powers.
Yeah, I think Scarlet Witch would probably still beat her, especially if we're having the discussion, because we're biased against Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
but
it's 100% true.
Yeah.
Also, she's magic, and the other one's kind of just an alien, sort of. Mutant.
I still think there's an argument for why she's, one of the only other characters that has a chance. Also, Jean Grey. Jean Grey as...
Oh, yeah. The
Dark Phoenix Jean Grey could also maybe do it. That's not the point. The point is Scarlet Witch beats Doctor Strange. There's your finalist here. And you know what? I'm going to read off our total...
Scarlet Witch. Our first woman. Let's go women.
That's right. And I have it... It's not going to be on the screen because I did not prepare this until right now. But I'm going to give you a teaser of who is in our Tournament of Champions next week. Are you ready for this list, Chris?
I'm ready. I'm so ready.
We have Thor, Sonic. I guess I should... Sorry, taking a step back. We have Thor, who won the initial Marvel battle. We have Sonic, who won the video game mascots battle. We have Sephiroth, who won the video game villains battle. We have The Flash, who won the DC Heroes battle. We have Deathstroke, who won the DC Villains battle. Well, no, it was Batman Villains specifically, I believe. I believe it was Batman Villains. Doesn't quite matter, but yeah. We have Venom, who won the Spider-Man Villains battle. We have Pinhead, who won the horror movie battle.
Oh, I forgot about Pinhead.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
And we have Scarlet Witch, who just won the Avengers battle. Who knows what how the bracket will shake up? Some people might get some easy buys because there's there is Deathstroke on this list.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Deathstroke.
So,
You're one of my favorite villains.
Woo! Let's find it. Here we are. There's a flash of all of our different scenes there. I clicked the
That's a rough bracket for him, no matter how you shake it out.
He was able to beat Batman's villains because none of them are too OP, but there's some OP characters that made this finals, and it's going to be fun next week on the Season 1/Season 0 finale of this, because I kind of have a plan to kind of rework it going forward, so I'll go into that next week after I talk to Chris and flesh it out. But this is definitely the Season 1 finale of Tournament of Champions, because it's the Tournament of Champions. It might be the Season 0 finale, because we might kind of restart it in a way. I'll explain it when I explain it. This has been the podcast. I've been Austin. He's been Chris. This has been zany. This has been weird. We've talked about some crap today. We will see you on Tuesday for co-op games. Thursday for not co-op games.
Other games.
Games. It's still kind of co-op right now, but it's not. Also, also, those are on. That's at 9:30 every day. We stream on Twitch. If you want to watch it on YouTube, it's the next day at 4. Speaking of YouTube, we have our YouTube exclusive Movie Club commentaries, which is 4 o'clock on Thursdays. So that's us. We'll see you down the road. Bye-bye.
Bye.